February, March, when it's really nasty here.
It's another day on tour for Hollis Cavner.
We need you to be the captain, the host.
We'll talk about that.
I think it makes the event.
In 1992, he started this, a stop on the senior tour in Minnesota. It became an annual and signature event, with Cavner driving the bus or the cart. 24 years ago, you start this thing and you think, what?
Never thought this, never. You know, Ralph Burnett and I and Duke Adamski and those guys put this thing together to start with, and none of us, you know, we knew we were going to have a big event. We knew that Minnesota was hungry because we just finished the Open here, but to have 24 years, given over $25 million to charity, would have never, ever, you could have never imagined it.
The reason for the success, without question, is the personality of Hollis Cavner.
Without a doubt, all the respect. I mean, it's got to make you feel good. I mean, every time you and your company puts on a tournament, you have the best players that come in. They don't miss. And there's a reason for that. It's because, by golly, you take good care of them.
What have you learned along the way? What's been the key to this ascension for you as you look back?
Treating people great. If you treat people good all, through your life and do the right things and give back, you get a lot of good things happen to you in life. We appreciate you coming to do it.
Thank you for having me.
Some would call it schmoozing, something he had to learn to make it in business.
Good event. Yeah.
Yep. You find a way to give people time even when you're in the midst of a busy day. Is that your nature, or is that something that you learned?
I had to learn it. I can tell you, I was not always that way. Coming out of the U.S. Opens and stuff, it was hectic and very, I was very driven, and I think sometimes I used to be short and cut people off and say things I probably shouldn't have, and that I regretted later. I want to introduce you to some folks, and after being around some of the great ambassadors of golf like Arnold and
watch the way they handle themselves.
Watch how they handle themselves, and I get to thinking, they're doing this 365 days a year with millions of people. I can do this, and I got to be a better person.
Cavner has cachet, and this day becomes very special because it was one of the final days of Arnold Palmer's life. About a month before his passing, he's on hand with Annika Sorenstam. Cavner has successfully recruited them to help design a new course.
The designs that they're doing right now, quite honestly, I think are way, way, way better than anything I ever imagined.
To get the opportunity to do my first golf course in the States means a lot. To work closely with Mr. Palmer, and he's done so much for the game of golf, and now to be able to have 9 holes with him, it's thrilling in so many ways.
So I'm trying to keep that down.
See, Hollis and Arnold struck up a friendship years ago.
I don't know how big a raise you should get, but I'm thinking it's...
What else did you tell me to say?
They were first and foremost good friends. That's why his time with Palmer is now seen as a precious slice of his golf life.
It's going to take a couple of years to get it going and make things happen, and they'll start happening quickly now that the proceedings are over, and I stopped Hollis from talking.
On what is now an unforgettable afternoon, they are touring that course. The King and Cavner.
So yeah, we are definitely going to be heavy on the first tee programs. We're building it for families, kids. It's not we're building it. Anybody can play it. PGA Tour can play it tomorrow.
And getting all those kids out here playing and having fun is going to keep the game going, and of course keep the interest in the community with the first tee program and the programs that we have instigated in the game of golf, and we'll continue to with help like we're getting here from this club.
Well, then maybe there was a way to have some around the water too, somewhere. If you're a beginner, we want to make sure that you stand on the tee and that you don't feel intimidated. This is all about family. This is all about kids and growing the game. And that road was going to were they going to move that road? Or?
Annika has her own vision for the course and her own admiration for Cavner.
He's a very likable guy, and I'm glad that I got the opportunity to work for him and be able to do this project. So it's all about who you work with. I mean, that's what life is about, is having fun, and he knows to have fun, and we're just joining it.
I can't be happier with what y'all have done for us.
Well, you've done it. What's this all, y'all?
I mean,
Minnesota boy talking like you're from the South.
That's the magic potion, that people can read through him and are still drawn by the aw shucks.
Well, Hollis is a very clever guy and one that does his job very well. He's very much a part of golf and the game and what happens to it from here in. He is doing a fantastic job, well, nationwide and worldwide.
We have 9 holes, got 9 different grasses. And I think Arnold was one of the biggest, influences for me in how to treat people. Don't burn bridges, try to help people every time you can. And, when you need help, they're there for you.
Is this your favorite, you think?
I think so.
See, this was Palmer's game, to be involved in the sport that he loves. With Kavner, his business partner, and so much more.
But I think it's still going to be really, really
You do
good.
what you want. Tell him to come see me.
Okay.
I like creating things, and particularly if I can create something that is beautiful and interesting to the public as well as to the membership of the club.
Looks great.
Well, we're getting there, boss.
Huh?
We're getting there.
Life has exceeded your greatest expectations.
Oh, I could have never imagined doing what I'm doing today.
That is the beauty of this self-made man, that he created his own worlds by learning to work well with others.
Well, he's a great guy to work with, and as you say, I've been working with him for 30 years.
And in putting together all these golf events, he has lived the American dream. Just don't wake him up.
To have Jack and Arnold and Gary and Lee and all of them be friends and personal friends. And
Never would imagine it.
Golf has been the greatest thing that could ever happen in my family. No doubt about it.